Tell how difficult it was for the police chief and his officers to talk about this. They say they have spent nearly a month chasing down every lead, every single possibility, and tonight they say they are sure that it was Pamela Brooks who killed her 10-year-old daughter, Alex. It's a case that West Palm Beach Police Chief Vincent DeMasi says even made him emotional.
It's a very, very sad day. It's very disappointing.
Sad that Pamela Brooks would stab her 10-year-old daughter Alex with a kitchen knife before turning the knife on herself.
A murder-suicide theory was formulated and confirmed this morning by the coroner's investigation.
Chief DeMasi didn't want to get into detail about the brutal attack, but did say little Alex was alert as her mother stabbed her.
She was absolutely conscious and was absolutely aware of what was going on. There was no indication that the child was drugged or anything along those lines.
The big question now, why would a mother described by so many as loving and doting kill her child?
Mrs. Brooks had suffered for quite some time from addiction issues. She had recently been arrested for driving under the influence with Alexandra in the vehicle.
The chief says no one will ever really know why this happened, but he says his investigators are positive there was no intruder. No one on the outside did this. It was Pamela.
You know, there's a lot of emotions that run into these types of situations, but at the end of the day, all the evidence, everything that we have to go on indicates a murder-suicide and nothing else.
The question that remains to be answered tonight, were there drugs in Pamela Brooks' system? We're hoping to get those answers tomorrow when we get our hands on the medical examiner's report. Live downtown, Brian Enton, WPTV News Channel 5.
Many of the Brooks' friends and neighbors had their suspicions about what may have happened inside that Gregory Place home. Well, tonight, after hearing from investigators, some say that their worst fears have become reality.
And it was a gruesome situation because of the details that we know. It's just horrible. It's unbelievable is what it is for all of us.
That friend there, Terry Tyson, believes that addiction and depression took over Pamela Brooks. They had hoped, she said, she was getting better, not worse. Alex Brooks, by the way, the little girl, had just turned 10 years old before she was murdered.
The developments coming from West Palm Beach police today are taking a heartbreaking toll on Brad Brooks, who was the father of 10-year-old Alex and the former husband of Pam Brooks. News Channel 5's Dan Corcoran picks up our team coverage in West Palm Beach tonight. Dan?
They're also taking dirt out of, I was just out at the Jupiter.
Mr. Brooks, and he says that this has been yet another heartbreaking day for a man who has already been through so much. The news coming out today from the West Palm Beach Police Department was not news to Brad Brooks, according to his lawyer, Joe Considine. Considine says Mr. Brooks still can't get the image of his daughter Alex out of his mind. Brooks, of course, discovered her body the night of September 12th, stabbed to death, say police, by her own mother.
The worst part for Brad is the knowledge that his daughter was conscious while this was happening to her. You know, and I think that he initially thought that, you know, that Pam had done this.
Now, that attorney says Brooks now needs time with his friends and family as well as some privacy. Brooks is also said to be seeking some type of counseling to help deal with what he saw that night and also to deal with what he's feeling right now and will certainly be feeling for a long time to come. Reporting live in West Palm Beach, I'm Dan Corcoran, WPTV News Channel 5.